So we're picking up where we left off. So yesterday we were talking about solving each quadratic equation. And so yesterday we talked about completing the square and using completing the square to solve. Today we're going to review, I think we're on the quadratic handy dandy formula. Okay. So with all else fails, what's your safety net? The quadratic formula. Okay. Anyone wants to sing it with me? X equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Hey, that's the quadratic formula. All right. So with the quadratic formula, you have to make sure that one, your quadratic equation is equal to 0. And two, typically you want to make sure that it's in order so you get your A, B, and C correct. So this is not equal to 0. So before I do anything, I have to subtract 3x. So now I have 2x squared minus 3x plus 5 equals 0. So therefore, this is my A, this is my B, and this is my C. So I can plug everything in. Cool? So we're going to plug in. So we have x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. So notice I literally just plugged everything where it goes. That's it. I'm listening. What's wrong?
Do you pause so we can answer, or
I pause so you can respond in hopes of response. I'd be hoping. So x equals, so a negative times a negative is a positive. So we have 3 plus or minus. What is negative 3 squared? 9. What is negative 4 times 2? And negative 8 times 5? Negative 40. You weren't quite sure?
no? You know, I like when we do the test and you have to make sure to.
Hey, I picked up a calculator one day and it said 0 plus 6. I'm like, who wrote this in there? What did they do that? Okay. I just cleared it and put it up. Okay. If you say so, I just, smile and nod. All right. 9 minus 40 is 31. Negative 31, right? All over 4. All right, negative 31. So negative 31 isn't a proper way of writing this. We want to remove the negative outside. How do I take the negative out? What do I put in its place? The I. Perfect. So our answer is 3 plus or minus I square root of 31 over 4. And that would be your answer. So when you take the negative out, you put an I on the outside. All right.
It's basically the same thing, but that one's not correct.
Exactly. It's not written correct. All right, cool. All right, next. Here we have negative 4x squared equals 3. Notice that there's only one term with an x, right? Because there's only one term with x, we just solve this like normal. So you want to get x by itself. So what do we have to do to get x by itself? What's the first thing I need to do? Divided by what? Divide by negative 4. Okay, so that's going to cancel this out, and we're left with x squared equals negative 3 over 4. Okay, then we're going to do what? Take the square root. Side conversation. So we have x equals plus or minus. Yes, but does 4 have a square root? What is it? 2. So it's actually plus or minus I half over the square root of 3. Okay? Guys, when there's like a bunch of little conversations happening, it picks up in the class. I don't know if y'all realize that. So It picks up on the video. It also picks up on your teacher who's trying to teach. Yeah, which is also a little, important. All right, so here we have plus or minus I over 2. And the reason why is because to get rid of the I, we had to put what on the outside? I. But can I take the square root of 4? Yeah, and what's the square root of 4? 2. So that also gets to go out. But could I do anything to the 3? No. So the 3 had to stay there. Okay? Because we couldn't touch it. We couldn't simplify it. It is what it is. Okay? All right. So that concludes 3.3, working with complex numbers. All right.